Imagine a world where every conversation feels like a genuine connection, a place where you and I truly feel like we belong, and where everyone has a seat at the table. Hey friends, welcome to Armchair Authentic. Justin, what is up, man? It's so good to be back in the studio today, recording another episode of Armchair Authentic.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's summertime, and you know, at the time you're listening to this, we would have just finished.
Yeah.
I mean, coming across me, and you would have experienced some time jumping into Motion Conference.
I know, right?
Serving that together in different capacities.
And
I'm saying this to our future self again.
Yes.
We had a great time.
Oh, it was
an amazing conference.
Yeah, we had a good time.
Even though I'm leaving here to go get ready for it to start.
Yeah,
now I'm talking to my present self.
Hey, well, this is interesting. Micah Solomon, one of our buddies, is giving me a call right now, and I know we're in the middle of recording this thing. Do you want to take this phone call really quick?
Well, this is a part of the plan. So we said we're going to start doing this.
All
what
right.
better person?
Hey, man.
I put a feeler out, by the way, last week
did?
to Micah.
Okay, cool. So he's actually calling us right now. So let's take the call. Hold on one second. Micah, what is up, dude? You are not only on a phone call with us, thank you for calling, but I don't know if you know this or not, but you're actually on the podcast here at Armchair Authentic. We've got you on record right now, so be careful with what you say.
Let's go. Hey, fellas. Good to hear your voice.
Oh, man. Yeah, you know, I was hoping it wouldn't shock him too much because we already set him up last week. We set him up last week to say, hey, if you can give us some time, Micah, I know that from our talk last week, I know you have a meeting that's going to get cranked up and you're going to hang out with us a little bit. So this is really awesome. Glad that we get to hang out, buddy.
Yeah, man. I love it. Love being on you guys' podcast.
Well, we're glad you're here. Last time you were on, it was somewhere around the holidays of last year, I think.
Yeah, it was our Thanksgiving.
Yeah, we had you in town. It was in person, and that was such an incredible conversation.
Yep.
But today, with whatever little time, appreciate you calling, man. This is going to be a lot of fun. You're actually calling us from the beautiful beaches of Fort Myers, Florida.
Stop showing off.
Yeah, man. Yeah, South Florida.
I'm just a little bit jealous of that right now. You know, I'm in the sweltering heat of Alabama with no wind, no coastal breeze, and I'm about ready to. I told Micah, I texted him the other day. I said, "Bro, I'm going to come down. All right, so I'm going to throw some dates your way. We're going to hang out. So just get ready."
Well, please let me know when you do that.
Yeah.
Because I would like to I would like to get in on that one.
Justin's going to crash that party.
Well, can I?
Absolutely.
Michael, he can hook us up with a place. I'm sure he can. On the air, I'm putting him on the spot.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I was planning
on put us up somewhere. And Micah got some.
I can hook you up.
Well,
okay, good.
Well, that wasn't my plan. My plan was just to stay in my own place. But like, dude, I will take any hookup that you have. Praise the Lord.
I got you guys.
Awesome.
So me and Micah were hanging out on the phone last week.
Yeah.
And I always know when we're talking and we've got some time that we've freed up, you know, maybe whether it's a Friday or whatever, usually on a Friday, we'll have a call, you know, every couple of weeks, 2 to 3 weeks. We've done that, I mean, several years now, Micah. And we might probably past 7, 8 years.
Yeah.
Me and Micah have gotten very intentional on being on the phone call and just staying in each other's lives. But when I get certain Friday calls, I love asking them the question. I'm like, so, Micah, what you doing right now? And it's like I already know, but I just want to hear it and live through him a little bit because he'll say, well, today I've just got my coffee at my favorite coffee place, which there's like 8 favorite coffee places. It depends what beach he's at. I found out.
Yeah.
So he's like, I'm at the beach. And what I've learned over time is now I know to ask, what beach are you at today? Because you have like how many 5 spots
I don't want to hear it.
You love to go to? Different. I mean, because you are around some really, really beautiful places.
They are. Yeah, we do. We probably have 4 or 5 that are like our go-tos, but Jess and I mean, without exaggeration, have definitely been to probably 20 or more. We try to go to different beaches. So if we hear of a beach we haven't been to, we're like, okay, that's where we're going this weekend.
Yeah.
And so we'll go there. But if I'm by myself, I have some more serene local beaches that are, because I don't like to go where it's really packed with people and stuff. And so,
spoken like a true Floridian.
But as long as you're,
Yeah,
for sure. I guess I've turned into that, but you do learn when season is what they call it down here. When it's in season, you know where to not go.
Mm-hmm.
because it's just like, ants everywhere. It's crazy. And you don't really get to enjoy it. But there's always beaches that nobody knows about except for the locals. So
you like to keep it that way.
And I imagine you're not going to share that info on the podcast.
Not over the air. He probably won't.
No.
But when we come visit,
I'll send you guys pictures.
That sounds good.
He and Jess took me and Summer and the boys. We went down there a couple of summers ago.
Yeah.
And I feel like you took us to 3, and then you told us about one that we went on our own, but there were 4 separate type beaches. One was like an island.
Okay.
That had just been, completely destroyed by a hurricane. But we still went out there to see it.
Yeah, that's Sanibel. That's not a secret, but yeah.
Okay. Well, there's another name you gave me. I'm not going to say it yet.
Yeah. So, Micah,
There's islands connected to it. Yeah, sure. Yeah.
So I want to I want to speak to the elephant in the room for a second, okay? And that's for those longtime listeners and friends who have actually dialed into the podcast and actually listened to the last episode where you and I shook hands and said we were going to be more intentional about connecting. And so I'm only imagining that some people are asking, how is that going? So on a scale of 1 to 10, I would give it about a 3. And that's like, you know, like and so I'm sorry, man. We're going to work on this.
That's okay. That's okay.
I will take, I'm a leader. I'll take ownership in that. I'm just saying.
Well, it goes both ways. Both ways. So but we do have a trip we're trying to plan.
Yes.
So that'll be redeeming quality right there.
That has been the longest planning trip.
Yeah, I know. But with that said, though, I know you and Justin talk a lot more often, and there's probably a lot more connective knowing what's going on in each other's world. But dude, fill us in. Like, what's happening, bro? Like, how's the family?
Man, it's amazing. The kids are getting older. My oldest is 21, and so he finished college and starts his master's program in fall.
Cool.
That's awesome.
And then so Micaiah, he's doing great. So he's kind of working locally a little bit, and still trying to finish up school and figure out what he's going to do in life. And then Judah is he's 20, and he's actually moved out to LA to chase his dreams, and so has an opportunity out there, and things are just going really well. Can't really talk about like details there, but God is just really giving him favor.
Yeah.
Wow.
And he's living out his dream. So that's pretty cool.
Okay, so I'm new on this. So I understand there's probably details that you can't share, but like living out his dream in what way? For those who are listening. Yeah,
so he has, honestly, man, it's really cool. This may inspire someone that has just been grinding. He has been working for at least 5 years, maybe 6. I taught him Pro Tools at 13, and he has been recording for 7 years his own stuff. And of course, it started off very elementary and then turned into some really good stuff. I mean, he has his own channels and everything, and he's been, actually him and his girlfriend have a channel where they have multiple videos that have a couple million views and stuff. Like, so they've kind of went viral a few times, and his music has gotten out there a little bit. But it's all about who you know. So yeah, he is longed to be an artist, and it's really cool. He has grown up in a Christian home, and his dad's been a pastor his whole life. Yeah. But he told me probably about 16 years old, he said, "Dad, I don't want to be a Christian artist. I want to be a secular artist, and I want to have an opportunity to talk to a crowd that doesn't know Christ, and be an influencer in that way." And so it's just been amazing. So he actually finally got an opportunity of a lifetime, and he is with a company right now. And things are going well. It's hard to not talk about details.
That's good.
But
I get it.
I hear the filter kicking in.
So it sounds like something's in the works that you necessarily can't speak to that is coming soon.
Yes.
In the realm
Yes.
of dreams coming true for an aspiring artist. And that is super cool. So we can't wait to hear
next
more
year.
about
Yeah,
it.
it should be early next year. And as soon as he debuts or releases what what he's working on, I'd love to get back on. I can talk more about it, because then we can celebrate and everything. But
Absolutely.
he is just working his butt off. And you know what's so cool? He's in LA, and he is around an entire group of people that are working with him, and other artists that he is training with and working with, and just new friends and stuff. And dude, not one of them outwardly say they're believers. And dude, every Sunday since he's been there, he takes them to church.
Oh, come on.
Let's go.
Exactly. I'm like, wow. He goes, he told me the first Sunday he was there, he texted me, he said, "Dad, I went to church today." And I'm going, "That's great, buddy." And I'm still waiting. I'm like, that's great. I was like thinking, like, what's the big win? But also I was like, you know what? Well, that's cool. I mean, you had to try to find a church and everything. So that's kind of a big win.
Yeah.
But I'm like, why is he calling me? And he goes, no, he said, "Dad, I took some of my team members to church today." And I was like, oh my God, that's crazy.
That's the way to influence right there.
So yeah, man. So he's just living out his dreams. So it's great, man. And then my other son graduated high school really early, a little bit of overachiever. And the truth is, he just hated traditional school. So it's not that he's all that brilliant, although I think he's really smart.
I don't know. I would argue to say that's pretty brilliant. I mean,
it's a new brilliance.
It is brilliant to get out of school early, right?
I'm like, that's pretty smart. Brilliant. I'm breaking the rules of the system, and I'm going to get this thing done quick.
Exactly.
Oh,
I got stuff to do, man. Don't hold me back. Let's go.
Fires me up.
Exactly. Yeah. He is that guy too.
Yeah.
If there's a loophole, he will daggum find it. Like, he is that guy. So
I love it.
Yeah, man. So he graduated high school early, and went to college, and he's 18, and he'll be a junior in college in fall. Wow. And he gets paid to go to school. So you talk about loopholes, like,
oh my God,
he gets like a lot of money. Like, he goes to school for free, and then they dump a bunch of money in his account. I'm like, the first time that ever happened, I literally said, "All right, Gus," because he's my wild child, man.
I love it.
He is my wife's son for sure. And
that's great.
And if I was. Yeah, and if I was gonna be wild, if I had any wild side, he got it all, man. It's like Twins. Remember that old movie Twins?
Oh yeah.
He's the Danny DeVito.
Except much taller,
right?
Much taller.
Man. Yeah, a little taller. So, but anyways, no, dude. Like, he had literally, no exaggeration, it was over $3,000 hit his account.
Oh man.
And his account's attached to mine and everything, because he's still young. And so I was like, "Hey, let's take a walk." So we do these one-on-ones.
Hey,
like,
I love it.
We used to call them dates. Yeah, we used to call them dates, but with the boys, they're like, "Dad, we're not, please don't say that. Like, don't say that out in public. Like, hey, we're going to do our date tonight." So we just do one-on-ones, and we go do something special, or we go walk the beach or something, and talk. So I was like, "Hey, let's take a walk." And so I was like, "Hey, buddy," I was like, "What kind of drugs you selling, man? Like, what's going on? Like,
no
what
doubt.
the heck is going on?" Yeah, and he was like, "No, Dad, it's the school." I'm like, "No, they're not. No, they're not. Like, really, tell me what's going on." And so awesome. So I had to like check into it. I was like, "Hey, send me the email." I was like, "I believe you, man. I do. Yeah. This is crazy. So yeah, it's great, man. And then my daughter, she's doing great. I got 4 kids, and she's the youngest, and she's still in high school. But she's chasing that dream like Judah. She wants to be an artist, and she has some really cool opportunities coming her way. So it's just crazy, man. Yeah. God's favor and grace has been on us, and I get to live in my favorite spot. I've always wanted to live in Florida, so yeah, it's incredible. It's great, man. Yeah,
kids, very, very talented, by the way.
So yeah, so cool, man. I mean, it's not a surprise that your kids are full of artistry and wisdom and just creativity, because between you and Jessica, your wife, you guys just you bleed creativity, you bleed music, you believe artistry. That's just who you are. But I love the fact that you're raising your kids in a way to see the importance of being in the world but not of the world. So it's like we're raising you to send you into this world to be a light, to be the salt, to use your artistry, to use your gift. And it's, I love that, because we talk a lot about marketplace ministry with business leaders and entrepreneurs creating ministry through their gifting in the business world. And it's the same thing with artistry. And so to break the mold, to think that you have to put them in a box and it has to be within the four walls of a building that we call the church would be doing them a disservice. Honestly, I'm speaking as a friend, but as somebody who deeply believes. Not to say that like there aren't people who are called and gifted within that context, for sure. But to see that you're raising your kids and inspiring them and to teach them how to live for the Lord and to be, to be, I don't know, man, just to be a light in that world. That, to me, that's huge. Congrats. I'm proud of you. And I'm looking forward to the fruit that's going to continue to come from the vine of the Solomon tree. Let's go.
Well, what's cool? Yeah, man. What's cool about that, Rhett, is, when we started out, so if you're listening, me, Rhett, and Micah have known each other 32 years. We've been very close. We have so many stories. I'm sure we'll get into some too. But just when you're talking about the kids, there have been these years too where it's not like we're all hanging out every day. And so there were some years in there, especially during young kid age, that we all recognize you're not as available with each other. You're so focused on family. And so it's not like me, Rhett, and Micah have all been in each other's lives with our kids, where our kids know each other's name all this time. There was a lot of gap in there. And I can remember, as I said earlier, me and Micah, we got really intentional 7-8 years ago. And through that, when he was living in Texas, I remember this, Micah, you had me come out to talk to your team. And when I got out there, I spent the night instead of a hotel. If it's like Micah, I'm going to stay at their house if he invites me. So I'm staying at his house, and I find ourselves at one moment, we're just kind of hanging, but we go up to Judah's room. So if you were to picture like this loft kind of vibe, he's got a studio, it's his bed. But what really stood out to me was, it was really the first time it was like Justin from Justin and Rhett that his dad, Micah, has talked about all the time. I never knew
all these stories.
Bro, it was awesome.
Like, you're the guy.
I felt like this awesome hero for a little while, because we sat on his bed and it was all his kids, Micah, Jessica, and we're just there. Here's what's cool. I'm trying to show interest in what Judah's working on because he's got the studio. I'm like, oh, that's cool. Show me that. And he's letting me hear it. But then he's like, so Dad's told me all these stories about you and Rhett. Almost like they don't believe it.
Yeah.
Because they might not see their dad in that way. But he's like, is it true that, and they're going through all these stories. And I'm like, oh yeah. Yeah. And it's like Uncle
They're like,
Justin.
I believe Dad, but it's a little hard to, like, can you confirm or deny?
Yeah. I know, but I know my dad well enough to know he can kind of stretch the truth a little bit.
Yeah.
So it's just really
he's a good storyteller.
And you know what I was there to do? Stretch it with him.
There you go.
We're on the same page.
Yeah.
So are we embellishing or not?
Longer, man. Yeah.
But that was really, it was fun getting to do that.
Yeah, something on that note that's really cool. And Rhett, this is those stories, it's hardly, you can't tell a 24/7, right? Our little group, we were literally around each other and got the name because we sang all the time. And but like all the time, we were just always around each other. But anyways, I would tell the three boys when they were younger for years, Three Amigos stories.
Oh, really?
And sometimes we would make up stories where it was a Bible story, but I would tell it through like an Indiana Jones lens, right?
Yeah.
And the kids would just love it. And then I would twist it or whatever. Sometimes they were like 24/7 stories. And
great.
so as they got older, they would bring certain stories up And because we would be in Birmingham or whatever, visiting my sister, you know, or the area.
Yeah.
And they're like, Dad, was that true? This is it? Is this where it? And I'm like, that is it. And I was like, so it was real? And I'm like, yeah, mostly. Yeah.
Yeah, mostly.
You guys were little. I had to throw a little, you know, Hollywood on it. But
You got to.
And so no,
It's like, it's like all it is, Mike. I see it this way.
like
It's
bedtime
not.
stories.
It's not lying. All you're doing is
Yeah.
you're. If our life is a song,
this
you're
justifies.
and we have lived a recording. All you're doing is mastering it.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, that's right.
You're putting
That's
a little bit of
You're
here and there.
embellishing.
putting a little
That's okay.
reverb,
Yeah.
a little bit of auto tune, maybe.
Yeah, you know. Yeah, no singer hesitates when you throw a little verb on them. That's good.
Exactly.
You know?
That's all you're doing. You're mastering
That's it.
and mixing
Yeah.
our stories a little bit to make it stand out the way we
talking-
saw it in our minds.
That's exactly right. Hey, talking about stories, I just talked to Justin about this, but I want to throw this out and see if Rhett remembers this.
Okay.
But we are in a very multicultural area. Like there's just a lot of cultures in South Florida, and we have become really good friends with a lot of Brazilians down here, and they've just taken us in their family. It's just been great.
Love it.
So, so one little girl, she's friends with my kids. She got to go back to Brazil with her family, and she came back and she was just telling us all. We had a family dinner, and we were all sitting around. They were telling us about Brazil, and so she goes, "Yeah, well," she goes, "You know, it's not like." She went to the mall, and she's like, "It's not like American mall, because at Brazilian malls they like pamper you, and they like." They only get paid if they have, you know, if they make a sell. So they're like doing anything and everything they can do to get you to buy something, right?
Yeah.
And they're like, it's not like our stores here, you know. And a story popped up, and it's true for sure. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna let these guys see if this is accurate or not. But I said, you're right. Most stores don't. But I said, you find some stores. I said, man, there was a store back in the day me and my two buddies would go into, and we would try stuff on just to get like a little Sprite or a little, snack.
At the Galleria Mall, baby. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I forget the name.
You
of
remember
the
that,
store.
Rhett?
I forget the name of the store.
I remember it because Micah told me this story the other day, and I said I'm not going to mention it.
Of course, Justin remembers the name of the store. Yeah,
It was Harold's.
That's right, Harold's. Yeah. Oh man, talk about that.
We would go in and try on suits that we could not afford.
No.
But and they would give us drinks and stuff.
And that looks really good.
Anyways,
on you.
I just was remembering that. And I was like,
that was such a good.
There's a few. I don't know if they even do that anymore.
And if you're listening, here's what would happen. Me, Rhett, and Micah would go to the mall in Birmingham, Alabama called the Galleria. Hoover, I guess, but the River Chase Galleria Mall. And we would go there, and one day, because we did our standard apparel, I guess, when we would sing, it was expected we'd have like a jacket. So we did see this store.
We were going to sing back in the day.
And which was cool because, Hugh Massey, who's with Jesus now, he invested and bought us these matching jackets. And we always wore them. You and your dad, Micah, were notorious for having like nice suits. And me and Rhett weren't, and we would
the mustard yellow.
I love
blue.
that. I loved y'all suits.
Oh, man.
Y'all kind of helped me and Rhett get in on that, but we would go. We went to Harold's one time just because they had some jackets, and I think we walked in and realized we can't afford this, but we were trying to just be open in this endeavor of looking at suits. And a guy comes up to us, what Mike is talking about, and he's like, is there anything I can show you? We're like, well, we're just looking right now. He said, well, may I see if you'd like a beverage of some sort? Would you like a Coca-Cola or a Sprite? We're like, yes, a Coca-Cola would be delightful. And Rhett's like, I'll take the Sprite. That's delightful. And
our
so we're
voices
drinking, our soft drinks that all we're thinking of is it was free. For free.
Bedtime stories.
Yeah, exactly.
And so me, Rhett, and Micah would frequent this mall. Yeah. And I remember one time we just didn't really have any money, but we're walking the mall and we thought,
you thirsty?
I sure could go for a drink. And we went into Harold. Do you remember that? And the guy, one of the people came up to us.
Yeah.
They said, "Can I help you with anything?" We're like, "Yes, but first, it really would be great. I think we really would like a drink to go get a drink somewhere." Like we were so terrible. We were throwing hints out. I think we might go get a drink first. Oh, would you like a drink? Oh, do you have them?
Yeah.
Well, I'll take a Coca-Cola Classic.
Yeah. That's like going to your buddy's house and you're hungry and you don't want to be rude and just go through his cabinet. So you're like, man, I really am hungry. You know, you just throw that out there. Are you hungry? I'm hungry. What'd you think? You know, and then all of a sudden, dude, are you hungry? I'm hungry. Yeah.
Yes.
You want to get a snack in the cabinet here, you know, whatever. Like, oh, no, you don't have to do that. No, really. You want to, no, it's okay.
Do you remember that would be Rhett's go-to word, Micah? In my apartment,
that was how I played it.
Rhett would do it that way. Because I would usually just ask Rhett, or your refrigerator usually didn't have anything.
I had zero. I had cold hot dogs and the little crappy cheese, but like the cheese slices that like stick to the roof of your mouth. Cheese slices. Yeah, that was about it.
See, Dad would always get enough groceries because we were kind of the clubhouse in the apartments. And so growing up, Rhett would come over and he already kind of bought for you. We just never outright said it that way.
Yeah.
But Rhett would be hungry. He'd say, "I'm kind of hungry." And he would give the hints. And I'm like, "Well, just go get a sandwich." And Rhett's line would always be, "I don't want to eat your food."
I know that's such a lie. It's like, I really do want to eat your food, but
like,
I'm not going to say it.
Yeah, but I was like, we've known each other long enough now.
Yeah.
My kitchen's your kitchen.
Yeah.
And then so the same thing, we'd go to Micah's house and his was like showing off because Pastor Rod and Miss Shelley it was always high level. Like it was steaks, it was burgers, it was baked beans, it was corn. It was all
You'd have a little leftover cheesecake.
Oh yeah. But Rhett would do the same thing over there too. And Miss Shelley was so funny because it would be like, "Well, I don't want to eat y'all's food." And it's like, "No, we're going to break out the grill.
We're going to do this.
We're going to do this right."
You know,
it's funny. I can even remember though going to because once I hit 16, I started doing grocery runs because Mom and Dad, they were hard workers and they would work pretty late. And so if we were going to do a dinner or people were coming over, I'd go do a food run and then they'd come home to cook or whatever, you know, Dad would grill out. But dude, I can remember many times where we're counting how many steaks or whatever we need. And Dad would be like, "Well, you got to get 2 more, Justin and Rhett. You know, they'll be there."
Did he really?
And,
that's awesome.
Man.
Oh, all the time.
Happy.
Yeah, all the time.
I mean, I wondered why y'all always had a steak for us. Yeah. So that answers that question.
And honestly, I
was like, look at that. There's 2 more steaks.
Abracadabra. Hey, if you need anything, we'll be out in Micah's hot tub.
Yeah.
We had it so made.
Yeah. Man, I love the memories of hanging out at your house, man. It was so much fun. I never honestly thought about where these steaks came from.
I didn't either.
I just knew if we were going to the Solomons, we were eating good, and the expectation was set.
There's going to be food. Yeah.
Mostly it was T-bones. It was T-bone steak, baby. Let's go. In the French, I almost talk for a minute. The French fries, man, that you guys would make in that little French fry fryer. Yeah. I mean, I could take you back to where it sat in the cabinet and pull it out, you know, and put the fries in. And your mom and you guys teaching me how, like, when the fries start to float, that's when you know they're, like, you know, kind of done. And then you put it in, and then it was like a salad bowl of sorts, like a wooden
it had like a little wood grain look.
Yeah, the wood grain look, and you put the paper towel in it, you put the fries on it, and douse it with salt.
You were creating memories, right?
Oh, bro. And then
talk about my memory. That's a pretty detailed memory.
Yeah, it is a detailed memory. Core. And then I know Justin wasn't a part of this as much because he didn't, I don't think you like playing cards, but you know, your dad was always good about inviting my dad over, and you and my dad and your dad would sit there and play spades, and dude, talk about some memories, man.
Well, that was when
fun, dude.
That was, you know, I mean, full disclosure, you know, no details here, but that was also when I had a girlfriend, and I was at the girlfriend's house every day. So it was almost like, bye guys. which I shouldn't have
Yeah.
done, but I
Yes.
was. And y'all would have this card bond going on where y'all were playing cards all the time.
Well,
Yeah.
I missed that season
Well,
because that was pretty special.
Your dad and my dad when they played against each other, or they were on the same team, and you and I were on the same team. It was the world to us to beat them. Like,
Oh, yeah.
it was loud, and it
Yeah.
was just,
But
it was
that
so
kind of didn't that get your
fun.
dad back involved with church?
It did, and your dad was a huge part of building the bridge of my dad coming back in the community and rededicating his life to Jesus, and so
Yeah, I remember that.
huge
Yeah.
part of that, man.
That was
So,
really cool. Yeah, that was kind of that was
Yeah.
the standard.
If I get, man, I miss those times, man. I do, I miss it.
Good times. Good
Yeah.
times.
Mike, I was talking to the new pastor at Parkway the other day, or months ago. I mentioned when it was me and Rhett had met him when he had the baton passed to him. But we had mentioned you too, and so me and Rhett got to go lead actually in the same room our youth room was in. And
Yeah, man, I
and
saw
so,
that.
It was so cool. And so I told him at some point we're going to connect him to you because he's heard all the stories. So he wants to meet the man behind this name that he's heard of, Micah, so much. So,
Oh my gosh.
Hey, friends, if you're enjoying today's conversation, could you do us a huge favor? Would you share the link of this episode with a friend, with a coworker, with a buddy? Email it, airdrop it, text it, comment on Facebook, however you would like to share it. Man, it would mean so much to us to help us get the word out, to have more friends join us in on this journey. Thank you. All right, now back to the conversation.
Hey, I saw pictures. It looks so cool, man. I would have died to have been there. Loved to have been there. Did we have the stained glass covered up in our youth group days?
We did.
Because
Yeah.
I don't ever remember the stained glass being there.
That's
I
the
remember
first
trying
time.
to black out walls and stuff, but
Yeah. It looked like a club with like really dirty, curtains covering up the whole thing. Yeah.
It did. That's
So
there you
good.
go.
Yeah, that stained glass. Yeah, Ryan took that picture. I think you might have seen Ryan Jennings' photo on Facebook, or I don't know if Justin sent it, but I can send you a couple too. But man, that stained glass was the first time I've ever seen it, and then having a service in there with the sunlight coming through and the trees.
It was beautiful.
I was like, why in the world did we not do this?
Yeah. Well,
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, I guess as a youth room back in those
knew it was
days, we couldn't have really blacked the room out.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. I mean, it was youth, but yeah, dude, I knew it was the room. I knew the stage. We'd been on there so many times, but man, I saw the back wall. I just couldn't stop looking at it. I'm like, oh my God, there's glass back there. There's stained glass.
We thought the same thing. We went there a couple of days early just to make sure they had everything we would need. To lead worship, and I'm like, these windows, what's different about this room? And they literally had just taken one layer of curtains off, and they had someone who was going to come take the top part off. So when we came in that Sunday morning, it was the first time I've ever laid eyes on that window.
Talk about a sunrise service. It was awesome.
It was that you didn't need any lights in that room.
Well, here's what I appreciate of Micah, and I'm sure you can enjoy this as well. I mean, I love lights, and I love the technology and the day and age we can try to do our best to create these intimate environments. But there was something beautiful about what I would call going old school.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, it was natural light, and I think it might have been the first time in a very long time that I ever remember being in a church service where I could see outside and outside in with a church. You know what I mean? It's so, I don't know, man, it was something sweet about that. And so just having natural light and to be able to see everybody and just to have, I'm not saying that, that's needed all the time, but it's nice to be able to do that. There's something pure about that.
It was so pretty.
It was so nice.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Jess and I, we're called to the local church, and of course it's culture, and there's things that you need to do to help create those experiences in church. And I've become pretty good at that, and I love all that. But our favorite, we talk about it all the time, is the little white church. We're like, God, just take me to the little white church. And our thoughts are always like that church would have literally no AVL whatsoever. I mean, not even a microphone. Just the acoustics are so good.
Micah, stop for a second.
What?
You can't say
What?
that, dude.
Oh, wait, I'm talking about the little white building.
I
but
know, but
no.
okay, no, I know, but
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah, tell all the
It's
listeners.
still funny. It's still funny.
I know your heart, but
That is
like,
funny.
No,
Well,
do we need to send him
thank
back
you
up?
for
Can I
clearing
say,
that up.
Yeah, can I say something?
thank
I
you.
know Micah's heart,
I
and the
do
last thing
too.
he'd say is a little white
No,
church.
Yeah, no.
He'd rather be
Actually,
full of
Micah
black
has
guys
more
know.
soul and
The
gospel in
little
him.
white church is not my favorite church.
yeah.
So yes,
Much darker
yes.
than the little white church.
Yes.
So,
So,
but
setting it clear.
do
Now
we
get
wanna-
back to your moment.
Yeah, no, just that, you drive by, right, on the highway or whatever, you see this just
Yeah.
white, small, painted building, right?
Yes.
Country church out in the middle of nowhere.
Yes.
Yeah, so I appreciate you clearing that up. But yeah, no, it's that church where the acoustics are great and
Yeah.
it's got a little upright piano in it. We walked into some of those churches before and it's just like, oh my gosh, man. Like, this is it. Like, God doesn't need any of the other stuff. But unfortunately, sometimes in our day and age, especially, we're in such an entertainment
That's true.
society that it's just to get people's attention sometimes or focus on what we're saying or what we're trying to deliver. My God, we need all this extra stuff sometimes. But man, it gets exhausting. I mean, that's been my job for 26 years now.
Man.
And so I'm thankful for it, but man, the day that they don't need me anymore would be a great day too. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
I get it.
I think we've hit this point too, where some of our favorite moments.
Yeah.
I hate to say our favorite, but just sitting there unplugged and just worshiping.
Yeah.
Well, think about concerts for a minute. The moments that I remember the most at every concert, whether it's a Thomas Rhett country artist concert, whether it's, a DC Talk back in the day, whether it's whoever it might be, right? For me, I can only speak for me, but it's always around that acoustic set. It's when they strip everything
about
away.
45 minutes in.
Yeah, about 45 minutes in, they kind of cut everything. They got a small little community, like with a rug and everything, and they're got their acoustics, they're on stools, and it's just a spotlight.
Oh, yeah.
And that's the moment that, I don't know, is that the same for you, Micah and Justin? Are those the moments you typically walk away with remembering, or is it the bigger moments?
I'll let Micah go first on that one.
You know what? I am moved by those moments, for sure. But I think what it makes me good at my job, it's funny for me, it's always the openers.
I
the
agree.
big openers is what I really love seeing creativity and see someone open up a concert in like just a big wow moment.
Yeah.
And, but that's more on the creative side. But, yes, there's no doubt, like if it touches my heart, it's never when it's screaming loud or busting, like it's always in a down moment. Even now in church, those are the times that I break down and I'm like, wow,
Yeah.
So.
No, that's good. And I agree. I do like those still moments. The big moments starting it out can be good, but I like getting it to the depths.
Yeah.
But when you said that, when Micah was answering, when I think of Micah, I picture you in that very praise kind of mindset for some reason.
Yeah.
I just think there's been something you've naturally been great at, just, getting, the congregation going, getting them to sing out in unison together. And just like, he's been, that's what I've seen from you a lot.
And it is definitely a gift for you, but where do you think that is rooted? Like for you, what is so special about those big praise moments for you, Micah?
Oh man. You know what? I mean, we don't have time for my entire testimony or anything, but I don't know. So it really started back in the grass cutting days / you guys went with me a few times. Like we would have church Sunday morning and Sunday night, like most churches back in the day, most charismatic churches, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And but in between church, we would go visit the not little white church. And those churches were like the culture that I got to experience when I was very young. Actually, it was before even Birmingham. But the freedom in praise, and I felt like they really meant it. Like
Yeah.
they really meant it. They weren't just singing a song. And it caught fire in my soul, man. And but I think there's a freedom too. People want to praise that way, but they don't always feel free to. You know what I mean? It's like I just can't do that. You know, I don't have rhythm, or I don't have whatever. And of course, at some point when you get into heaven, it's not going to have anything to do with rhythm, right? It's not have anything to do. But it's really just you releasing that. But for me, the release came where I was activating it or learning it. Was cutting grass, man. You know, that singing lawnmower boy deal.
Yeah.
And and I put on my praise music and I would shout to the mountaintops, man. And so then it's so second nature for me. And in most of those cultural churches, that's how it is for them. And so I don't know, man. I've just come through a lot. Most of us have, but I have to remind myself. I think that's in the Bible for sure, but it is especially back in the day after losing my parents and stuff. I would just demand it, like demand my soul that I will rejoice and I will shout. And I don't feel like it, and I don't want to, but I'm going to because I know the Creator, and he is in control of my life. And so sometimes I am just literally reminding myself, and then I'm looking out in the crowd, especially today, right? But the people that are hurting, and I'm like, you know what? I don't know what you're going through, but it ain't gonna do you no good sitting there like that. Like you're gonna need to get up and in faith start to proclaim that God is more than enough and He is able. And so praise. I'm a big praise guy. I love praising and shouting and declaring that who God is, right? But I don't know.
Well, no, that's great. No, I appreciate you sharing that. I think it's Psalm 58 where David, I think he's hiding in a cave from, Saul, and he's saying, "Awake my soul." And then he's talking about exalting the great goodness of God, the faithfulness of God. And he's in a moment where his situation and is dire, it's bleak. His feelings are not matching his situation for sure, but yet he's choosing to praise the Lord despite what he's facing. Because he knows that deliverance isn't based off his situation. It's based off the goodness of his God. And he's just demanding of himself, reminding himself, but demanding of himself that his soul lines up according to who God is and what God's word says. And there's something powerful about that.
Oh, it moves me.
And,
it moves me when I read that.
The Brandon Lake song, Gratitude, man, when I first heard that, come on my soul, don't you get shy on me.
Those lines, they move me.
Because you've got a lion inside of you. Like when I hear that, it's a reminder for me. Truth be told, I don't always live in the praise moments that I used to. I wish I did. And so you inspire me in that regard. But man, there's these moments where sometimes you just got to get out of your shell and go, you know what? I don't care who hears me. I want to just, even if it's just screaming at the top of my lungs, God, you're good. I love you. I need you. There's something so powerful about that you can't explain unless you experience it.
Oh, that's so well
and
said.
I would encourage people to experience it. So
man, beautifully said. And then Micah, I know, I've been trying to keep a timer because I know that you are stretching your meeting that has started. You have someone running the first few minutes, but I know you got to get there in a couple of minutes. But hey, that's a conversation I wish we could have kept going, but we'll do it again.
Yeah.
Micah is officially the first person to use the Armchair Authentic hotline.
And let's go. And some people are like, what is the Armchair Authentic hotline? And we're like, well, we don't have that number out there yet. That's my personal cell phone at the moment.
That's right.
But we're trying to figure this thing out.
We're going to get a Google number for people to send in. But hey, Micah, this is fun. And I'm not going to act like it's special because we're going to see you as a regular. So we're going to try to get you on here regular. So you guys just got to hear from Micah Solomon again. You'll hear from many times. We have a bond that will not easily be broken. Me, Red, and Micah, and we have stories for years to tell. So, hey, let's get the.
That's right.
I'm just going to say this because we've been saying it for years, and it's just fun to say. Let's get that trip going that we've been talking about for a few years. Me, you, and Red.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Let's get on the phone and really try to figure this one out.
Well, hey, Micah, we love you, bro. Thanks for the call, man.
Hey, love you guys.
I love you, buddy. Have great meetings. you guys will be hearing a lot more from him. I mean, that's the goal. We want to get people around the table who just a lot of common thoughts.
Yeah.
But yet we're all so different too. But it's fun just to get to have Micah. That was really special.
Yeah, and I hope people could listen through some of the the imperfections of the audio quality there. We're working things, and so that was truly a phone call. Yeah. And so we're working through that. But the meat of just friendship and relationship and connection, it means so much to hear from Micah, and we look forward to hearing from people. Yeah. Maybe that we don't even know that have been listening to this. Yeah. So we're trying to figure that out. So
I would say stay posted. We are, we're going to look to see how we can get a number out there and just send it to the socials.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't think we'll just throw it out there just wherever, but we will. Those who are, you know what?
Yeah.
Here's my timer. Here's proof. I respected Micah's time.
You did.
Yeah. I put a feeler out to Micah last week. Let him know we're recording at this time. Mm-hmm. He said, man, I'm going to try to call in.
Well, I'm glad he did. And I'm
he
glad
worked it out. But what I was saying is we do want to work out having like a time that we could, or I guess something we post on socials. And for any of those who feel like you're at the seat, have a seat at the table with us every week listening, if you want to call in, we'd love to kind of work what that could look like, whether it's scheduling it or what, maybe make it a little 15-minute, whatever it is. We'll just be organic with it and just, I think it'd add a lot to just the conversation.
Yeah, it'd be fun. And again, like questions, thoughts, concerns, how do you deal with these things? Not that we're experts in anything, but we have lived 48 years on the planet. So
47. I'm the young guy.
Yeah, you're the young guy by a year. Enjoy it, baby. There's things that we've learned and that we're even going through that maybe our perspective can help your perspective. And so, but all that to say, man, that was fun, enjoyable, and looking forward to that again and with other people as well. Cool. So
yeah, I did too. But it was fun. It was when we were talking last week on the phone, he couldn't remember the name Harold's, but he brought up that story.
I was reading somewhere the other day, and Harold's came up as if I don't know if they still exist or not, but they were like a high-end type place. And
I remember that. I feel like I remember them being high-end.
Yeah, I mean,
but it was.
You walk in, and it's like you're walking into this luxury, massive, beautiful, ornate with like deep dark wood everywhere. That was a style then.
Yeah, I felt like Julia Roberts walking into the store on road.
Julia Roberts.
Yeah, not Julia Childs. Oh, let's make some French food. Oh, I love French cooking.
Oh, no cooking.
Whatever she talked like.
Yeah. Hey friends, Rhett here. Just want to take a moment to speak to those who may be joining us for the first time. We want to say welcome, friends. However you found us, we are so glad that you did, and we believe it wasn't by accident. We're so glad that you joined us in on this conversation today. In fact, if you haven't already done so, could we encourage you to follow us on social media? You can find us on Facebook or Instagram at Armchair Authentic, or over on X at Armchair Auth Pod. That's Armchair Auth, AUTHPOD. All right. Thanks for taking the time to do that. Now let's get back to our conversation.
But no, Julia Roberts, on Pretty Woman, when she walks into the store on Rodeo Drive.
Never seen the movie. I don't know.
And they won't even give her attention.
Oh, I remember that scene.
She was obviously a lady from the streets that had just been hired by Richard Gere.
Okay.
Who's the CEO dude.
Okay.
And then they just judge her when she walks in.
Oh, I'm sure.
And then
she doesn't look the part.
Because she's not. And he comes in with this card because he's this revered man.
Yeah.
And he buys her like the whole store. And she now looks awesome in her dresses.
Yeah.
That's how I felt like we were walking into Harold's. It was just like they were judging us. Once they knew we were there just to drink their Coca-Cola and Sprite.
When I lived in Dallas, there was a Galleria Mall there too. I know the Galleria was kind of like this, I guess, business that they would create these massive malls and big,
kind of like Opry Mills, Grapevine Mills.
Yeah, so they had a Galleria Mall there. It was like 3 or 4 stories, massive ice skating rink in the middle, Christmas tree to go like to the 4th story. It was huge at Christmas. Anyway, they had like Tiffany's, these like Gucci, Versace type places. And I remember living in Dallas, and I would go and I'd walk into one of these stores, and man, if you didn't look the part, how they would like just kind of like, what are you doing in here? And I would always, and I'm not trying to be rude, and I'm not, but I would always go like, you think you're better than me because you're already judging me based off how I look.
Yeah.
Okay, I get it. But you're working here, and I'm probably making more than you're making right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like the people that are working here are millionaires. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Right. And, you know, so it's kind of like, and I'm not downing it, but I'm like, think about the what's the word I'm looking for? The different, like, you're being judged by somebody who's maybe making $12 an hour.
Yeah.
$15. And no disrespect.
Because they're in the culture of that place.
But they're in the culture of a place that represents something bigger. But yet I'm like, okay, so like, you are judging me based off what I'm looking like walking into this store, and you have no clue how much money I have or how much I don't have based on how I look.
That's right.
Which is interesting to me, which brings up a whole nother topic, which most millionaires, if you do studies of like people who have millions of dollars in the bank, they don't look like millionaires. Right. They're not wearing the Rolex
jeans and a button-down shirt.
They're not driving the Mercedes. They're not driving the BMWs. They're not driving. If they are, they're usually 5 years, somewhere 3 to 5 years used. Yeah. Pre-owned. When did we get to pre-owned as if that's a luxury thing? Remember, I used to go down to the used car lot over here, and, you know, it's like, it's just the word
Go
used.
talk to Jimmy. Jimmy, have you get a good car at the used car automotive.
Come on down, get you a used car. I don't want a used car. I want a pre-owned car.
Hello. Come here,
hello. Yeah. Hello, sir.
You just took me to the same lot Jimmy just took me to.
I know, but this is
pre-owned. Come here. Come here, you silly goose.
Something about language in words, how it paints these pictures. But anyways.
You're kind of intertwined in the culture of it. And it's like, you had to buy that suit to work there, so you're probably more broke.
Yeah. Well, like,
you're judging me, though. You look good as you judge me.
I forget what we said, but like, Dallas is home of the 30,000. This was, 20 years ago. So, different verbiage now, but it was like the most of Dallas, downtown Dallas, all these people that were living in these condos and stuff.
I remember that.
It's the home of the $30,000 millionaires. That was kind of the way. It's like most of these people that are down here making $30,000, $40,000 a year.
But they look amazing. And they drive amazing.
And I'll never forget a friend of mine who lived down there and who looked amazing and drove all this stuff, go over to his condo. He ain't got nothing in it. Nothing. Just the TV and a couch and like a fold-out chair.
He's like, image is expensive.
I know. It's like,
if I knew you were going to come over right now, I got to think of my image inside this place.
Exactly. It's like, come on, man. And anyways,
it's starting to bring me some popularity. Yeah. Me and Summer like to go to
the price of stupidity. That's all I want to say. Go ahead.
For our Atlanta people listening, me and Summer, one of our favorite getaways, and we're going to try to do it soon. Maybe by the time you're listening to this, we would have just got back. Okay. But we're going to try to do a little Atlanta getaway. But from time to time, we just like driving to Atlanta, and we love this mall called Lenox Square. Yeah. But
is that over in Buckhead?
Yeah. In Buckhead. Yeah. But man, there's that one entrance that you go in, and of course we park, further away because I feel like they've turned the entire front space. What used to be a big parking lot, now it's like a big valet spot. Okay. We finally find a place, but when you go to that front entrance, some of the finest automobiles you've ever seen.
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
Are just being pulled up. And so we will walk in through that entrance already feeling like I'm not there, man.
I don't belong here.
We're heading straight to the little Starbucks. It's right in the middle.
I'm pulling up in my 05 Suburban with a deer guard on it.
Well, I must say, when we go to Atlanta, we drive our 2013 Highlander.
Oh, your 13 Highlander.
We drive our 2013, maybe 2014 Toyota Highlander to Atlanta, right? But my 2005 Suburban, I drive that.
My 05 Suburban with a deer grill on the front. I can't even park this thing in front of Lenox Square. I got to go in the back 40.
I love my deer
grill.
grill.
I'm back in the back 40 because they got all that valet parking stuff. But I dress good. I look good. I walk out. And by the time I've walked 200 yards, I'm so far away from my car. I look the part now, baby. Walking in with my head held high.
Yes, that's right.
I'm kidding.
I can afford it, and I can afford a Starbucks. Yeah. I like walking by the Mac store to just pretend like, I'd like to get that. Them headphones look nice. How much? Wow.
Oh, $500. Have you seen the goggle thing? That's like $3,500.
Yeah. Oh, I scheduled an appointment for Dax and Kai, and I scheduled an appointment for them to go
Just
in
go
and
experience
get to
it.
have the
Yeah.
whole tour. Where
$3,500.
That's crazy.
I'm like, really?
It's crazy what you can do.
Oh man, Back to the Future got it right, didn't they?
Yeah, with the goggles.
Think about that. You know, the 3D shark coming out, like the 3D hologram stuff's a big deal. You know,
It's
that
happening.
I mean, everything but the hoverboard. Still waiting on that one.
And the pizza. Do you remember that oven? There was like a pizza oven.
yeah,
it was
yeah,
like
yeah.
a tiny little pizza about the size of a hand. You stick it in the oven for literally, I think it was like 3 seconds, and she pulled it out. It looked delicious.
Yeah.
Huge pizza.
You know, when I watched that, I was thinking, this is real. They actually made that. And I'm not even thinking of edit. Like, all they did was take that out, put another one in, and action, you know, and I'm like, no, this is like, as a kid,
They're
you think,
making all
this
these
is
expensive
real.
props. How come we can't have it in the marketplace?
And they're sitting around the dinner table or whatever it is in the kitchen,
Yeah.
and the produce thing comes down, and they're grabbing it, and you got Michael J. Fox like wearing the Apple headgear, you know, and
that some of that's kind
you
of
got
true.
the
huh?
Zoom meeting going on with Dad in there with Niles or
I
whatever it is.
always wanted the hoverboard.
Oh, who doesn't?
I mean, that was
Still waiting on that.
that would be awesome.
I mean, come on. We're almost there. Like, we're getting there. We're getting close with all the, like, you know, what do they call that? Not the hovercraft. What are those things called? Drones?
Oh yeah, the drones. Oh yeah, because you can buy a drone for next to nothing now.
Yeah.
And it's got like a really nice camera.
Oh,
We have one of our friends, his name is Emerson. We talk about Jeremy and Heather all the time, who went with you to Idaho, and now they're back in Birmingham on staff with me at Highlands. Jeremy is. Their son has this really nice drone.
cool.
And we went to an area, Trussville area, for those of you not familiar with that. It's it's really an outskirt of Birmingham, right?
Suburb.
A suburb. And so, man, he got this drone and just started flying it everywhere. And we're seeing the shots.
Mm-hmm.
And so some people who know drone world are like, yeah, this is not new.
Yeah.
But it was just cool to see him operating it. And he sent it somewhere way down. I mean, I don't know how far, because they have a train in Trussville, and he literally had it traced. It was chasing the train.
That's so cool.
Capturing the most amazing shot.
Yeah.
And
The,
I'm like,
the drone shots, like, that used to be like helicopter shots in movies in the 80s, where you could even see the helicopter shadow every once in a while, where they're like, you know.
I think that's what's so cool to me is
those
that we're
aerial shots.
We're capturing these shots that I'm still thinking of my 80s, 90s self, like, whoa, this is amazing.
They had either cranes that would get that shot, or helicopter, or a plane.
And so I said, well, you've got this thing far away. How do you steer it to know to get it back? He said, well, I'll just hit this button.
So it like you would with taking a picture, you would hit the button to kind of bring a focus in on an object. And
well, he would just hit a button when he could no longer see it anymore, because he showed me a map and it's way down Highway 11.
Okay, so
Like, gone. It's gone.
okay.
And I'm like, how do you get it back? And he hits some button, it puts it into autopilot, and it
flies
he said,
back.
it's going to land right there, and he points to the spot.
It's ridiculous.
And so we just we're kind of eating our ice cream. It just right in the middle of that amphitheater, like are the TVs in between the restaurants.
Yeah.
It just lands right there. And I'm amazed. Like, I mean, what did that cost you? $10,000? You know, of course, you can get them next to nothing now. It's pretty crazy what you can get with
There's
technology.
a lot of laws coming out around the airspace, you know.
Bro,
I'll tell you
it's
what.
gotta be a lot of privacy
I'm just going to
invasion.
tell you, like, if I walk outside behind my house, now I'm in a suburb, so I'd have to be a little bit more careful. But if one is flying right above me, guess
Get your
what?
pellet gun.
No, a shotgun. Bye, sucker. You know, you fly, like, if I've got land and one's flying over me, that thing's going down.
Yeah.
So
Oh yeah.
I'm just saying, free. You know, if you're
Get
in
my
my
suppressor.
airspace, there you go. You don't own that. Yeah.
This is the government of the Bardens. If you are
Did
in
you
our
know that there is a
airspace.
such thing as, like, if you own a piece of, like in New York, like if you own a property downtown, they can't build over your property, because if you own, let's say, an acre, which would be insane in New York, right? You own the airspace above it. That whole acre straight up to heaven.
Oh, that's cool.
Basically, because in New York, you know, if a building next to you and another building next to you, if they want to build like a bridge over, they can't do that without your permission or their whatever. And so that's what I'm saying. Like, you
I would
own
probably
that
make
air.
some crazy deal with them.
Yeah.
I'd be like, yeah. I'd find out from an attorney, like, what's the real property value here?
Right.
An acre in New York City.
Oh man, gazillion dollars.
Yeah. You can get a pretty penny.
And then you just go up. And so So yeah, you fly your little thing over my house. No offense to Emerson. I wouldn't do it to Emerson. But like if it's something, some random person, rando, is droning around my house, getting some kind of crazy video. See ya. Just so you know. Welcome to America.
If I'm in my little bathroom area that's got a window, but I'm high up and I feel pretty safe right now, and I see a drone,
see you later, dude.
I'll have those thoughts sometimes. I'll look out the window and I'm like, there's no one who can see me. But the day there's a drone right there looking at me.
Well, now, I think the police, law enforcement, they have a tool now in which I'm sure you could buy. It messes with the frequency, and so think Star Wars. Okay. Like you're in the tractor beam and you can't get out. This is what they do. It sends a beam to that.
Wow.
To the drone, and it sucks it right down to you.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
No, yeah, they do that on purpose now.
That's
so like if
cool.
you're flying something over something that's you shouldn't be flying over, and law enforcement picks it up, they can actually intercept that signal and call that drone right to where they are.
That would make sense. That's the technology we're talking about.
Yeah.
Back to the Future.
Yeah.
That's pretty darn cool.
That's pretty cool.
Star Wars, I always wondered, like, why can't the ship get away? It's in the beam.
I'm like, yeah, but how does that work? And that's how it works.
It does.
Yeah.
It's kind of like there was this, like the military would use this weapon. It's like this, I don't even know what it is, but when they shoot it at you, it's not like this bullet that hits you, but it gets something to you that it like makes you sick.
Interesting.
You got to look it up because I did not sound very technical.
Shooting viruses into your skin.
It's something like when they can shoot something towards you. I don't know if it's the wind. I don't know what it is. I don't know the technology, but like it can make you nauseous. Oh, it's pretty wild.
Yeah, I could see that.
But but this is what you get, people, when you listen to a impromptu episode of Armchair Authentic.
Yeah, we could keep going, and we probably will. So we'll pick up on this next week. But
we will.
What a fun conversation. Sometimes it just needs to be a little bit of just catching up with buddies and hanging out. And so thanks for joining us, you guys. We'll see you next week. On the next episode of Armchair Authentic,
I think I said this on our little text group the other day. Not only do we pour coffee, but we pour into each other.
Yeah, that was so good. We have a group text thread. We call it the Alumni of the Afternoon Espresso.
I don't think there's a testimony without a test. You guys really help create more of a testimony for me, and I really have enjoyed that side of getting to be more of a Christian and increasing my knowledge in the Word. When we first started in the group, you guys will quote Scripture. It's really gotten me to be curious about the Word and really dive in and have a daily devotional and learn. And that's an insatiable appetite I have right now. And not only with you guys, but with Mark Clement and Woody and all these other guys that are in that group are, in their own little way, they give something that nourishes my soul.
If you think about the ragtag group of guys that Jesus chose, we kind of have that, We cannot wait until that conversation. But until then, we hope to stay connected with you throughout the week on social media, on Facebook, Instagram, or even X. DM us, message us, email us at info@armchairauthentic.com, and let's continue the conversation. So until then, God bless, stay safe, and we'll see you soon for another conversation with your friends, Red and Justin, right here at Armchair Authentic.